relax, spending a couple of $1 million. That was unthought of some years ago. Knowledge is surely increasing, and it is an act of God. The explosion in information technology at this time is part of that act. Just yesterday, someone called me using a Houston, Texas number. He was pretending to be calling from our assembly in CAC, Mercyfield, Houston. He said he wanted to confirm if I would be joining the fellowship on the church's WhatsApp group at 9 p.m. Because the call was strange, I asked him his name and the name of the pastor. When he noticed that his game was up, he became agitated, was angry, and suddenly dropped the phone. No doubt, the gentleman lives in Nigeria and was making his call from Nigeria, but purportedly using a Houston, Texas number. Surely, knowledge shall increase. Let's look at a few terminologies. I like to do this because Nigeria is very vast, particularly when it comes to information technology. And I don't know how much I'm ready to cover. As we delve into the arena of virtual schooling, it is important to look very simply found in that environment. They include the following: virtual. This means limitless space. That is why an online or virtual class is not bound by space or distance. As long as infrastructure is available, students can log into their classrooms from anywhere under the globe. Before I came here, I was teaching in a university with 25,000 students, but only 2,000 of those students are on ground. The rest are online students coming to school from different parts of the world virtually. Another is cyber school. Actually, cyber school, e-learning, virtual schooling, and online schooling, they mean the same thing. They mean students in class away from their instructor. They use electronic means. 3, online schooling teaches students entirely online or primarily through the internet. It is education that uses one or more technologies to deliver instruction to students who are separated from the instructor. It also enables interaction between the students and between the students and the instructor. Last year, during the COVID-19 pandemic strike at its peak, schools in Nigeria were closed. The government frowned at crowds gathering together. So we had to devise a means of reaching our students since they were at home. The easiest device is reaching them online. And that was where the combination of technologies came into being. Because depending on how convenient it was for our instructors, they used different methodologies. Some reach their students through the WhatsApp. Some reach their students through other means. We had to do what we needed to do to be able to reach our students. Electronic gadgets and the social media. And we were able to complete the 2 semesters last year, and we were able to conduct examinations and graduate our students. We use online means, but we use different technologies online. The discussion board is the portion of the online classroom where students interact and participate in discussion of common topics as provided by the instructor. Students are to contribute and submit by a certain date, usually within the week. The assignments called asynchronous assignments, mainly because there's no face-to-face. They are usually graded weekly in a continuous assessment mode. So we reach students, that is, we don't see them, we do all the work through electronic media. LMS means Learning Management System. It is the online portal, a kind of classroom where students go to in order. That is where learning materials are placed. It also has a section for assignments, submittals, checking of grades, and making comments. These are devices that are used on the online platform. I believe now, because even the government universities copied what some private universities did last year. So I believe now it's a common occurrence in Nigerian universities to have students synchronously. These are online mode of learning. Academic excellence. I interpreted the topic as acquiring academic excellence through the virtual modality. That is, we want to achieve as much as the face-to-face. We do not see our students. In general, academic excellence refers to outstanding performance amongst a group of students. Thus, it is a relative term. What is outstanding in one group may not necessarily be outstanding in another group. That is why, for example, a student may obtain a first-class law degree from one university, but may not make more than a second-class lawyer at the law school. For the purpose of this paper, however, academic excellence refers to outstanding academic work and A grade in all cases. Under normal circumstances, that is what a typical student should aim for. Just as it is possible to achieve academic excellence in the regular face-to-face setting, so is it possible in a virtual online setting. Hard work, focus, sacrifice, availability of useful current materials, and active collaboration with high-flying colleagues have been known to help. These days, it's very difficult to achieve much alone because new technologies come up every day. New terminologies come up every day. New ways of doing things come up every day. We learn every day because technology is not static. From my experience of 15 years teaching on ground and online at tertiary education level, I see little difference between the path to achieving academic excellence between the on-ground and the online schooling. Whichever modality that you need, you will need to spend about the same time getting ready to perform great. About the same amount of effort seem to be required. The efforts may even be slightly more for online schooling than for on-ground. That is because, in general, online requires a lot of assignments since it is fully virtual interaction. You don't see the students, the student doesn't see the teacher physically. So you have to communicate in such a way as to make it look like you are seeing face to face. You have to work very hard online. For many, the continuous asynchronous portions of the course is essential. That plays for what many times we call continuous assessment. Apart from the weekly high-quality papers that must be submitted, each student also has to participate actively in the ongoing class discussion on the discussion board. Finally, students submit the final paper on the last day of class. A lot of writing does go on in the online classes. Missing any of the weekly assignments and the discussion board may without doubt spell failure of the student in the class. In the scenario where I taught, particularly the online classes, we spent 10 weeks for each quarter. A quarter is just a quarter, 3 months. So the 10 weeks is divided into 10. So each week you will be expected to cover assignments equivalent to 10 times 5, 50. So you will be doing that work and it will be graded at the end of the week. Once you miss a week of work, or actually it's a day of work, if you have to submit today and you don't submit, you've lost 10 points. You will have only one more chance in that class. If you repeat that again on any other day, forget the course because you will fail. You have to be on top of things every day. Every day. You can score 100% easily and you can fail easily if care is not taken. The reason is that those who built the model, they want every student to be on their toes to make sure that you are there working every day. Not because the instructor is not there, then you can do what you like. Other steps to promote academic excellence in virtual schooling. Let's not forget that for many years, in some countries, students have gone through homeschooling, where it is their parents that taught them. I think a few happened in Nigeria too in the past. Mothers will teach their words. I think John Wesley's mother, Charles Wesley's mother, was the teacher for, I think, 10 children she had. And they all turned out very, very well. They went to Ivy League schools like Oxford, like Cambridge, and she homeschooled them. They were at home. One, study very well right from the first day of school. I'm not sure if Nigeria, and it is likely we do, if we have any online, completely online university where students just do online work. They don't have any student on ground. But we do have such in other parts of the world. When somebody is studying online virtual schooling, he has to study very well right from the first day of class. In fact, before the first day of class, all the materials will have been posted on the portal. The classroom portal will have everything on the LMS. See? That is the learning management system, which is equivalent to the... So many students will go quickly and download all the materials for the course, and they will be studying ahead of each week's work. You cannot go and do next week's work now. You have to wait for the week. But wise students will go there and start reading, buy textbooks, do everything that is required, and work as if they were doing it on ground, like the teacher was with them. Number two, allocate your study time properly to cover all aspects of the course. A good online student will regard the course as on ground. We do as if the teacher is here. The assignment is due tomorrow, so I have to work hard as if I'm taking the assignment to the class tomorrow. Number three, go over each aspect of the course materials and revise your proposed input before posting your responses. Online, you have to post your answers to questions, your papers. Online is usually paper-driven. You write papers. Even for mathematical courses, you will write paper. So online is paper-driven. When you study online, you will have to brush up your ability to write. Number four, carry out effective research to supplement the study materials provided by the instructor. Online, there are materials the school will provide, which instructors will use from year to year, but they will update those materials. For the classes I had to teach, in addition to what is provided by the school, usually we will have to research and add new materials. Number five, be a participating student. Do not be a loner. You need others to perform excellently. So a student who is aiming at excellent performance online, you have to have friends. Since I came here, I've seen a number of students, they say, we have discussion, my discussion group, my classes with my friends, and that is a very good thing to do. They will motivate you, you will motivate them, you will be forced to prepare for class, you will be able to go through materials that maybe you will not have gone through if not for this, your friends. These days, it's very difficult to achieve excellently alone. Very difficult. That's why organizations now lean more towards participatory management. See, anybody in the world of today who is a manager or a business owner, who is dictatorial, who does not want other people to come in with suggestions, may not go too far. Number 6, realize that the online schooling model is one of the God-given knowledge areas that God is supplying to the world for end-time utilization. None of these things is happening just because of some names we hear. It is God who provides the knowledge. He said, in the last days, knowledge will increase. So God is providing this so that man can utilize them for his survival. That's why the Bible says that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So that means if there is knowledge, there will be a way out of destruction. I was so pleased when they provided us the vaccine against COVID-19 in our school. Interestingly, in Nigeria and in the world, we were one of those who first had a taste of that. We were just here in school and they came and say, oh, they brought it to Cacyof, you people. And even some weeks after we got it here, my family members in the U.S. had not gotten it. So you can see that God is so favorable to us in this country and on this campus. It will not be wise at all to resist online schooling with the current explosion in world population. It is through the online that many universities are able to reach students. When we were teaching in one university in Houston, we didn't know we had students from Hong Kong. We had students from South Africa. We had students from all over the place. And they made up the 25,000 because in our school in Houston, we had only 500. But you could see the remaining students joined from different parts. Students in our classes abroad, they resist online delivery. They said mainly that their governments, because many of them came with scholarships, so their governments will reject their certificate if they see that they attended online school. That is a possibility. We even noticed, before I came here, we noticed that out of every 100 scholars that did their PhD through online modality, not up to 5% got jobs from regular universities. If they got jobs at all, they got it from online universities too. Those professors in the regular universities, they resist bringing these other ones in. Because as far as they are concerned, getting a PhD through online delivery is a change. They are resisting. But whether we like it or not, many people see the online platform as the future of education. Look at now, 8 billion. Give it another 100 years. It will be unmanageable. See people coming to school all over everywhere. So we will have to do something about it. And people are already doing it now. Through online delivery, we were able to graduate our students. Some schools have not yet done that because of COVID restriction. Finally, online education has come to stay. Everyone must embrace and learn the processes. It's not difficult, it's not tough at all. It appears as the future of education globally. We either embrace change or be swept aside by the change. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention. I'm sorry, I may not be familiar with the process. Will there be questions? Okay, thank you.
It's all right. So we'll be going straight to interactive section. Only one person will be allowed to ask question. Okay? If you have any question, raise up your hand. Anybody? Okay, so you can come here. The brother there, please come. So immediately finish the interactive section, you ask your question.
Thank you, sir, for the lecture, sir. We are very grateful. Very impactful section. Sir, during the course of the lecture, you said something, and I quote, that students are not unable to see the lecturers. Likewise, the lecturers are unable to see the student physically. And we have seen the positive aspect of online lectures, but there are some hindrances that can serve as negative to the students, which are major factors that is affecting the online, the system of Nigeria. I'll just highlight some of the factors. Bad network system. We all know that the network system in Nigeria, these are not palatable for lectures. Electricity is another thing. Power system of the country is not very impressive. Lack of concentration by students. When lecturers is in class, students are not concentrating. Talk less where there is no lecturer seeing. It's one of the hindrances. Parent distractions, social media can also be a factor. All these are some hindrances that are affecting the growth of online classes. So I don't know what are the solutions to this, and what can you say, sir?
Thank you very much. I agree with you. There are hindrances that are mainly infrastructural that is affecting online delivery in our country. I am a victim of that. See, before I came here, I was teaching 2 online classes in addition to the regular class or classes I was teaching in my own university.